Hey guys, a real quick recording video today on how to calculate a GRM or the gross revenue multiplier. If you're kind of getting a bit more professional in your investing journey, this is a number that you're going to hear thrown around a lot. And for those of us who are at the beginning, I know for sure myself, when I started shopping for my first revenue properties, I had absolutely no idea what this was or how to calculate it. So we're going to solve that problem today. What is a gross revenue multiplier? A gross revenue multiplier is just very simply if you're going to take the sale price and you're going to divide it by the revenue of a building, that's going to give you a number. And that number is just how many times the gross revenue can fit into the sale price, and that's going to spit you out a number. So you'll see here, we're just in the back end of my Centris account, my MLS account. I'm a broker, so I have access to this information. And if I want to know what kind of a GRM, what kind of a gross revenue multiplier a particular area of the city is trading at, I'm just going to pull up all of these listings. So in this case, I'm in Montreal. We're looking here at Lachine, and I've got my six plus units here that I can then track and look at this and say, is this even something that looks interesting to me? Questions when I look at this. So first of all, what is an acceptable GRM for Lachine? At what gross revenue multiplier are buildings in Lachine trading at? And therefore, how do I know when there's a building that is interesting for me that matches my criteria? And so once I've established what the GRM is that an area is trading at, I'm going to look at specific buildings and then be able to determine whether one is of interest to me. So how do I go about calculating those GRMs? Well, I'm just going to take my trusty cell phone here and I'm going to just do some dividing. Since I have a sale price of 1.450 million, and then my revenue is 87,000. So I'm just going to take the first number, 1.45 million, and I'm going to divide that by 87,000. That's going to give me a GRM of 16.5. To calculate the next one, I'm going to look at the 2.6 million, and I'm going to divide that by the 147,540, and that's going to give me a GRM. I'm then going to look at the next one. So I've got an 8plex at 1.5 million and the revenues are 97,000. Once I do that division, it gives me a GRM of 15.3. So this kind of is looking like an interesting listing based on what I'm beginning to see as a pattern emerging for the GRMs at which properties are listed on Centris in Lachine. If I look at the next one at 4.5 million with a $200,000 revenue, that's a 22 GRM. That building better be really new, or there better be something else going on there, because if I look at that GRM of 22, it's absolutely not all that interesting. If I then look at the next building, which is the 5.1 million 21 unit, divide that by the $291,000 income, that's a 17.6. And I could sort of go on down the list and look at this, but basically that's going to allow me, being able to do these really quick calculations is going to be able to allow me to pull out the one listing or the two listings that I might want to call my broker about. So that's the first thing. And then secondly, you now are able to calculate really quickly a GRM or a gross revenue multiplier and not sound like an idiot when you are talking to other more seasoned investors about the values at which buildings trade to in a specific area.